where are you investing your money as a hedge fund?
Pretty much we don't do any altcoin projects that you can find on PoolCoin. One of the main reasons is the risk factors is way too high. We're not trying to just buy into a random project that's sitting at like 90K market cap, and then next thing you know, we wake up and it's been rugged. So things on KuCoin, they're for the most part they're legitimate cryptocurrency. So things like Polygon Matic, things like those are what we trade. So you're looking more on like the higher end of cryptocurrencies, I suppose, if you want to name it like that. So we just kind of do leverage trading on KuCoin with our fast wallet, and so based off of our trading knowledge and whatnot, we kind of scout out different coins that we think have good setups, and then based on the setup and based on the market sentiment, whether the long stuff or short things, scalping things, or swing trading something, we just go about.
Thanks so much for tuning in this AMA. Look, we're giving away a total of $100 in stablecoin to 4 winners. So each one of those are going to win $25 in stablecoin. All you have to do is leave the best comment of what you thought about Genyen, about this token, about this project, and you could win that. It'll be picked at random, but only the best ones. I'm going to pick the best ones, and we're going to use a random order for that. So anyways, go ahead and leave that comment and continue on this AMA. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you at the end of the video. What's going on, Cowboy? In this video, we've got a new crypto project here. It's called Genyen, and it focuses on finances as a service, and especially in this bear market where everything is kind of just, we don't know what's happening right now. We need to know what are the best projects to invest in. If you're new to this channel, my name is Aaron. I'm just on a journey throughout crypto, trying to find the best projects out here to get me to another Bitcoin. If you like content like this, where it's just an AMA, we're just talking to some developers, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe down below, because if we go out to YouTube and we'll start doing our research, right, like everyone says, we do our research, we start to find these, I guess YouTubers who are just shilling mindlessly about some coin that paid them, right? And they don't care about the coin, they're not invested in it, and that's how I got into this thing. I mean, I was like, whoa, this whole thing is a racketeering thing, it's a scam. So what I wanted to do with my channel is I just wanted to talk to the teams and the developers and the minds behind these projects and get to know them and really get a feel for them, all right? I just want to see, like, hey, are you someone I could trust? Are you someone that has a clear direction, clear roadmap, clear strategy? And are you adding value into the system? Is this something that I could invest in? And so hopefully you're here for those exact reasons, because today we have the team behind a project called Genyen, and we've got the CMOs and the CFO here. But before, like we always do, we have to give them a proper introduction. Investing now might make you nervous. The bear market just tried to hurt us. They got a growing community with strong unity. You might take a look at finances as a service. It is the one, the only team from Genyen, Bobby, Fear Moores, and Christopher Roberts. Welcome to the channel, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Good to have you all. I'd like to start around the room. Let's start with maybe Bobby. Bobby, could you give us a little bit of background of who you are coming into crypto? And then I'm just going to go around the room, and then we'll talk about Genyen right after. Like a quick 2-sentence origin story from each of you guys.
Hey, so I'm Bobby, the CMO for Genyen. My background is pretty much, I run a stocks trading platform. I've been doing it for a few years now, and that's where most of the people, the core team of Genyen, that's how they kind of found me, because my platform is on Discord and StockTwits, and so they kind of met me through there, and then many of the people, initially it was stocks only, but then many of the followers were also into crypto, and so I expanded into crypto and then altcoins, and now here I am. So now I'm doing crypto, altcoins, and stocks. So best of all worlds.
Got it. Thanks so much. Fear, how about you? A little bit of a synopsis of where you're coming from into crypto.
Hey, I'm another CMO with Genyen, and I've been trading stocks for a few years and crypto for about a year, and I met Bobby and the rest of the Genyen team through his Discord, and we've all been trading together for a few years.
Got it. Got it. And then Christopher, how about you yourself? Origin story.
Hey guys, I'm Chris. I'm the CFO for Genyen, and I kind of the same idea as Fear Moores. I've been in crypto for about a year and a half now, and been in stocks for a few years. But I got into this basically through Bobby's Discord.
Got it. Got it. Okay, so basically, all of you guys have been trading stocks. Bobby ran a Discord, and then so you guys moved from stocks into crypto. Seems like a natural progression. Okay, talk to me about Genyen. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Talk to me about Genyen, and then I need to address some concerns of mine immediately. But yeah, talk to me about what's going on with Genyen and what's the broad strokes of the
long
project.
story short, Genyen is, you could think of it as a hedge fund, but in crypto, there's been many different kinds of fast projects or finance as a service or farming as a service projects in crypto that have been launched over the past year or two, but they all have their little twists and whatnot. But as far as Genyen, our profits from the Fast Wallet, which is a community pool, we just buy back into the chart using all the profits. So instead of doing, because I know some people do rewards and reflections, the only problem with that is in order to distribute those rewards or reflections to all the holders, you have to do a sell off on the chart, because obviously that's where the tokens come from. And that's kind of the opposite of what we're aiming for. Is our goal is to grow the chart through the Fast Wallet, rather than cause sell-offs on the chart just to distribute the rewards. And even the distribution of the rewards are not really that much once you're like over multiple thousands of holders. So even if you're doing the reward system, it's really not worth it just to get a sell-off on your chart. So for us, it's always going to be buybacks on the chart, or for maybe for utility purposes or for listing purposes. We haven't done any buybacks yet, though, as of yet, through the Fast Wallet. So if you look at our chart, we launched about 4 weeks ago. We did no paid marketing. So it was just a pre-sale of 60 BNB and a private sale of 17 BNB. So roughly 58 market cap, 58K market cap. Within 10 seconds, we ended up going to like 750K market cap. It was literally just through word of mouth, and people just found out that the core team of Genyen, they're launching a project, because we are pretty well known in the space in terms of doing partnerships and stuff. Because initially, once I got into altcoins, I didn't launch projects. It was more of just partnering up with projects and kind of helping them get real buyers and blah blah blah. Because obviously, I run a trading platform, so my platform was filled with actual buyers, right? So we'd kind of help scout out good projects and then help them through pre-sales and so on. So there's 2 fast projects that I was part of, the team of Genyen. We were partnered with them, not part of the core team. We were just more so investors. One of them ended up doing from 70K market cap to 15 million. And then the other one was 150K market cap to about 53 million. So the concept of fast is it can definitely run just through the concept itself, because those 2 projects that we were part of, I'm not trying to bring them down or whatever. They just never really profited through the Fast Wallet. It was just more so the concept of the project was what kind of took them to where they were. The wallet actual investments that they were making, they were kind of questionable. And obviously, me being someone who has experience in trading, there was only so much I could do when I'm not on the core team, right? It was just, I could tell them what to kind of look into, but at the end of the day, the team itself, they were trading with it. And so that kind of gave me an idea that why don't I and the core team of Genyen, why don't we just do a hedge fund project where we actually know what we're doing, we know how to trade. And so obviously crypto took a massive beating, all the way from like 40K down to 18K. So it was a few months of wait time just to launch Genyen, because we didn't want to launch it when everything was tanking. And then based off of our trading experience, we believed around 18K was the bottom. which at that time everyone was extremely scared to even invest in anything because we had people saying 10K, 12K, blah blah blah. But we kind of stuck to our experience with the market, and so we launched at around 18K market cap, or 18K for Bitcoin, which was roughly 4 weeks ago. And then obviously you can see we kind of timed it perfectly. Everything's been run pretty smooth. So we're sitting around all-time high again. That's where our new floor is for the past 3 days. And like I said, no buybacks yet. It's just been organically growing. And every single day we're just trading the fast wallet. So initially we were at 6K. Now we're sitting around 52,000. And that's through trading, right? So it's not just a concept when our numbers are proving it. So, going from 6K to 52K in a span of 4 weeks should kind of give you an idea of that. Yeah, like these guys know what they're doing. They know how to trade. Obviously, some days we'll be down, some days we'll be up, but that's part of trading. So we do weekly updates in our community. So, some days we'll be down multiple grands, but then by the end of the week, the goal is to be in profits or whatever, right? So we'll do weekly updates, and as of right now, for the past 4 weeks, we've gone from 6K to 52,000. So that's kind of like a rough summary of what it is. Pretty much a hedge fund for crypto. And then, as long as the wallet keeps growing, theoretically, whether we gain holders or not, the buybacks in the chart itself can just grow the chart. At this moment, we're sitting around 220, 230 worth of BNB, which if we wanted to, we could send our chart close to 2 million if we wanted to, theoretically, through like a massive buyback. But we're in no rush to, do a massive pump and dump or whatever. So we've been just taking it gradually, one step at a time as we grow the fast wallet.
Got it. So you guys are, generally speaking, a crypto hedge fund. You're well known in the space, and you've been involved in multiple projects. One that went from 70K to 15 million, 150K to 53 million. And so you were limited in these projects. So you guys decided to start your own project, which is this Genyen project. And then no marketing dollars were put in, just kind of word of mouth and just your notoriety in the space. And you've grown in 4 weeks from 6K to 52K. One of the most interesting things you said about that was you were looking for a bottom to time, and I think you just timed it perfectly at an 18K. It was 17.5 by my recollection. It's 18K, basically the same thing. And so you haven't done any sell off, or you haven't done any sell offs because it tanks the price. Does that? So I've got some questions here, but does that generally sum up what you just said?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
All right. So I got some questions here, and hopefully, we're just looking to see here. One of the things you said here was that you're well known in the space. You've got a lot of trust in the space, but you're not doxed in this video. I'm just curious why you guys choose to not be on video. And especially in a world where like there's all kinds of shady stuff going on behind these closed doors of these centralized exchanges and stuff like that. A lot of fear, a lot of mistrust, distrust, especially in the government. That's like crypto investors 101, right? We need to know, like, what's your mentality? How do we know we could trust you? And just because you don't show your face, stuff like that. How do you address that concern?
I'm pretty sure half of the team is doxed. So if you go on the website, Chris, Gina, our CAO, he's doxed, and then our other CFO, he's also doxed. So I would say half of our team is doxed with their names and everything. But then also, we are registered under a LLC. So Genyen is a company, and so in order to sign up to register as an LLC, you have to obviously give all your social security number and all that stuff. So our CEO, he's taken all those steps. So obviously we're an LLC. So you can practically look up Genyen as a company, and then all the information for the name and anything you could pretty much ask for is publicly there. Okay. I just myself don't have myself docs. Even from a stocks platform, I don't have myself doxed on there. I just kind of trade as a hobby. So, but half our team is doxed. Obviously, Chris is here, so he can see his handsome face.
Yeah. So basically, the trust factor is that half your team is already doxed, and you've got LLC, and this is just something that, as a privacy matter, I mean, this is the spirit of crypto anyway, is to keep things a little more private. That's why you don't want any of that notoriety as far as that goes. You just want to be known for your trading. Okay, sounds good. Now I have a question on how you guys make decisions on investments and how that all works. So are you taking the treasury and you're investing in particular projects? Are they startups? Are they solid? Like, is it trading that you're doing on Bitcoin? Where are you investing your money as a hedge fund?
Pretty much, we don't do any altcoin projects that you can find on PoolCoin. One of the main reasons is the risk factors is way too high. We're not trying to just buy into a random project that's sitting at like 90K market cap, and then next thing you know, we wake up and it's been rugged. So things on KuCoin, they're for the most part they're legitimate cryptocurrencies. So things like Polygon Matic, things like those are what we trade. So you're looking more on like the higher end of cryptocurrencies, I suppose, if you want to name it like that. So we just kind of do leverage trading on KuCoin with our fast wallet, and so based off of our trading knowledge and whatnot, we kind of scout out different coins that we think have good setups, and then based on the setup and based on the market sentiment, whether the long stuff or short things, scalping things, or swing trading something, we just go about. We do kind of update our community on what we're playing. We haven't gotten to a point where we're live trading, where you can see everything live. We are in the process of doing something like that, where we can either live stream, where you can see our investments being made on a lifetime basis, or just kind of using the KuCoin API and then integrating that into our website somehow, so you can always see our investments being made. But we do always, like I said, we do weekly updates on our fast wallet, and we have a chart that kind of shows it on a daily basis where our wallet was sitting at, and so on. But for the most part, right now we are just in cryptocurrencies. But with the LLC, that does allow us to kind of go outside of the niche of crypto. So if we want, we could do stocks trading and integrating those profits into our entire pool, or we can start looking into other assets, such as maybe looking into startup businesses, or properties and so on. So it's not just crypto that we can invest in with the LLC, since everything falls under one company. It's not individualized. You're able to really expand out of just crypto. But as of right now, we just do crypto. Obviously, once we're kind of in that 6-fig range, we'll have lots more opportunities to find different ways to invest the money and whatnot. But as of right now, we're just doing KuCoin trading.
Got it. So you're mostly on KuCoin, and any project on KuCoin, that's where you are. So you're trying to avoid rugs by that. Other than Polygon, what are your top 3 holdings right now, or investments?
So right now, Polygon, I know we did 30 cents to 90 cents, and then we kind of scalp along the way, right? And then we've been playing ETC, which is Ethereum coin. I think that's what it literally stands for. That's been looking really strong lately. And then also Flow and OP. Flow caught a pretty big spike today. And then OP, we've been just scalping along the volatility it's had.
Awesome. Good deal. Okay. So Polygon, Flow, OP, ETH. Never heard of OP. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm sure someone who's listening.
Yeah, it just recently, it's a relatively new coin. but it's had tons of volume, so we just kind of traded based off the volume.
Great.
Since lots of volatility, you can take advantage of it.
Great. You said you don't do any sell-offs. What happens? Do you like burn it? Does it go in a wallet? Like where does the buyback go when you buy back these tokens?
So if we do buybacks, we don't burn the tokens. We find that to be pretty much useless. Burning really doesn't do anything; just makes your project a lot more volatile. We instead of burning back, we're just gonna have the tokens go back directly into the contract, whether if it's into our staking pool or our actual liquidity. So basically, the reason why we do this is because we do have plans on getting listed on top tier exchanges in the future, and so in order to get listed on there, they obviously have to take some liquidity through your project. And so many times what happens is many projects, because like I said, I do have experience through partnering up with projects and so on. Down the road, you do get in issues with managing your LP. Your LP either becomes really thick, and then once it's really thick, you have the issue of your of your chart just not moving because the buys really don't do any impact on the chart, or your LP becomes extremely thin, and then that just becomes a safety hazard for many people that are willing to buy in heavier. So the way our dev has set everything up, our dev also, by the way, if anyone knows Larry from KYC, Larry pretty much runs in KYC. He has set our dev as top 5 in the entirety of the space. So our dev he's very well reputable in the space, but he's done all the math, and the way he has everything set up is, the LP is always constantly mathematically set to be in a stable condition to where once it is time to give up LP to get on listing exchanges, we'll still have more than sufficient LP to keep our own chart sustainable. So it's not that we're going to be harming our own project just for the sake of getting listed on other sites.
Got it. So you don't do the burns because you don't find them as effective, and so you keep it for LP to list on different exchanges. Makes sense to me. Good deal. So you were talking about we were talking about these investments, especially like Flow and OP. Do you have like a general list of criteria for these investments? And I'm looking more like, are you looking for Are you looking at fundamentals? Are you looking at charts? Is it both? Can you walk me through your mindset here on how you make your investments?
So everything just depends. Some are used for scalping. Some are kind of used for swing trading. Swing trading pretty much means you're holding it for more than a day. Scalping is you could buy something and literally sell it within 10 minutes, depending on the volatility. So something like Matic, Polygon, they obviously had the news about partnering up with Disney, and this was around 30 cents or so. And so obviously at that time, the market was rising pretty nicely as well. And so we figured it was the best time to start, not just technically, but even fundamentally wise. Matic was a no-brainer. So we've been just riding it all the way up to 90 cents, and we're still playing it, scalping it, whatnot. But then things like OP or Flow, these are just purely being played on the volume that they've been having lately, and then just on a technical basis, we're just scalping them. So there's not much fundamental reasoning behind it. It's more so you just kind of follow the volume, and they're pretty hot on volume lately. So you can really catch all the volatile movement. And if you are leverage trading, those even small scalps are really big gains.
Got it. So you do it based on two different methods. One is either swing trading or scalping. Scalping is a daily. You could sell it off, and this other one where you're looking for news with like Polygon and Disney, and so you're waiting for that a 30 to 90 cent run up. Okay, good deal. Who makes these decisions for investing?
This is the team itself. I usually just kind of I'll just kind of share my ideas on what I think the market will be like. So obviously, my main expertise is in the stock market as well, not just crypto. So, I'm able to kind of determine the patterns for if someone does trade stocks, SPY, which is pretty much the index as a whole. I'll kind of share my ideas on what I think SPY movement will be like. So pretty much like from 370 all the way till 420s, which SPY is at right now. I kind of predicted that to happen. And so based off of that, we can kind of just all collectively share our ideas where, someone from our team has found, let's say, OP, and he's like, oh, yeah, this one has really good volume. And we can kind of, as long as SPY is looking healthy, we know, because Bitcoin and SPY, they both move at around the same pace. If one is tanking, the other one is also going to tank. So if SPY is looking healthy, that means Bitcoin is also going to look healthy. So all these things are taken into account. And then based off of the overall health of the markets, we'll find various different coins, and either long or short them, just based off of the volatility or volume that they have.
Got it.
But really, ultimately, it does come down to the overall market. You can't really expect anything to run if the market is predicted to be red for the day. So every single evening, once the market has closed, we'll kind of go through the overall market sentiment, and then based off of that, we'll do some overnight holds. If we think the market is going to bounce the next day, or if it's going to tank, then obviously we're not going to risk holding something overnight.
Got it. So you basically look at the volatility and volume of the overall market, and it's mostly team collaboration. So you're more than just the CMO. This is you're some of the brains behind the decisions here for investing.
Yeah,
it makes sense because of your background.
It doesn't seem like this project is very high maintenance. It's low maintenance in terms of, I guess, marketing, because you don't have to rely on hype, which is also a good thing about this project, right? With projects that rely on just hype, which is nearly every single altcoin, the issue with those is you can only keep the hype alive for so long.
Sure,
right?
Sure.
The main issue every project ends up facing is the sustainability of the chart, right? You can grow the market cap to millions within a few days, which I have been part of projects which have done that. But then the issue is, now how do you keep this buying pressure up once people start seeing these corrections, right? Once the hype starts dying down, there's only so much marketing you can do, right? And so with Genyen, it's low maintenance in terms of marketing, because we don't have to rely on constant hype and have everyone spam in the chat to make it seem like it's a hype chat. As long as we're just focused on growing the wallet, which that is high maintenance, because we're quite literally trading 24/7, literally 24/7. That takes lots of effort behind the scenes. But if you look at our chart and our community, everyone understands that, and our chart speaks for itself, right? It's very healthy, very sustainable. So as we just focus on the fast wallet and also doing behind the scenes marketing, obviously AMAs with you, we're kind of really focusing on AMAs, and then YouTube videos to kind of help out with the algorithm and whatnot. So tons of behind the scenes, good ROI marketing, but mainly just looking at organic growth on our chart, and just trading 24/7.
Got it. Where do you think Bitcoin's going to go right now? It's sitting at 24 something. Maybe walk us through your process on why you think that.
Hold on. Let me actually pull up my chart. One sec. Yeah, so it was around just a few days ago, about last week, when Bitcoin hit about 22K. I kind of had it going back up till around 26K. We haven't quite yet hit 26K, roughly only about 25K today we hit. So right now, my main thing is, as long as Bitcoin stays above 23.4K, 23.3K, basically around 23K, as long as we're above that range, we should be good to go towards the 25K, 26K ish range. And then same thing for Ethereum. For Ethereum, I'm aiming for. I do think Ethereum can hit 2,000 to 2.1K, but that is if we're able to cleanly break out of 1900. So last resort for Ethereum would be 1790s. If you fall below 1790s, then I things are going to look pretty red. And then obviously based off of that, we're not going to open a bunch of long positions if Ethereum or Bitcoin are kind of sitting near the supports. But if everything goes well, Ethereum should be able to see roughly 2,000 not too long from now, maybe a few days worth of time. Could be over the weekend. But next week should be kind of iffy. So, these next few days should be relatively fine. But then next week, things will probably slow down just a tad bit, I think.
Good. Okay. Sweet. I'd like to know, what are your big wins? Like, how much have you made? Like what were the big wins for your investing here?
I know we've gone from 6K initially to about 52K. The wins are various. So obviously Matic was one of them. It just kind of depends on the scalping. So obviously, as our wallet grows more, we're able to invest more money per position. So even if it's just a 10% gain, having a larger wallet allows you to put in more money per investment. So a 10% gain is going to be a lot more than you were making a 10% gain at only around, let's say, 15,000. Obviously our biggest win was Matic, I'd say, but then we've also been able to catch. If anyone pulls up the chart for OP, now that one's been pumping really hard, so we've been able to catch pumps for those. But there are days where I guess our largest win was probably around 6,000 in a day that we made, which really wasn't that hard to do. It really comes down to how the market is moving. At that day, the market was relatively green, so many of our long positions, they obviously took off as well. So every day kind of varies based off, like I said, the overall index. If everything is kind of ripping, things will rip. But around a few grands a day, I'd say it's kind of our average.
Yeah, I believe our largest gain was somewhere around 8,000, and that we were actively trading with either, I think it was about 18,000, 16 or 18,000. So we were made about 50% profit that day on what we were actively trading with at the time, and that was probably our largest day.
Fantastic, especially in this bear market. And 4 weeks ago was at its fearful. So this is good stuff. I mean,
there are days, like I said, we are down, let's say, a few grands, right? But that's part of trading. You're not going to be
part of trading.
The moment you buy something, right? Sometimes you'll buy something, it drops more, and then you kind of average down more, and then you have to kind of wait maybe 1, 2, or 3 days to actually finally see profits, right? So so that's why doing it on a daily basis, updating people can be a little hard to explain, because in crypto everyone is very. I mean, if you're talking from a consumer's perspective, if you'd imagine I told someone, oh, we're down 3,000 for the day, someone from the altcoin community, to them, it could be like the end of the world, right? Because from a consumer perspective, for most altcoin buyers, now they just want to see green, right? So if you're updating someone and you tell them, yeah, we're down 3,000, which to someone who trades normally, that's very normal, right? Because not every day it's going to be green. It's hard to update daily because you're kind of putting it's not a transparency issue either, because we do weekly updates. But on a daily update, it could cause some people to kind of freak out. and it's just hard to explain individually to every single person that no, this is part of trading. Some days you'll be red, but ultimately it comes down, if by the end of the week where you're sitting at. So weekly updates have been the most reasonable for us, and obviously we're very transparent. If we're down for the week, we'll tell people, right? We went from 40K to 37K now or whatever. But weekly updates seem to be kind of the sweet spot, just because obviously at the end of the day, we have to grow our project as well. So you have to approach it with the mindset of most people in the altcoin, BSC world.
Yeah, and it's managing proper expectations too. So I understand that. I've got 4 critical questions, but we're running low on time here. So I'd like to maybe if you can answer these quickly. Number 1, safety. Do you guys have audits coming along? What can you give me for security of your project?
So for audits, they take a few months. Like I said, I know being part of a few projects, they can take a few months. So we might maybe do that, but like I said, we're LLC, doesn't get any safer than that. Probably safer than an audit.
Got it. Number 2, you break down as a 15% tax buy and sell. Some of that goes to operational costs. What are your operational costs? Personnel?
6% goes to the fast, 6% goes to the marketing, and the marketing can always be used towards obviously doing AMAs like these, or that can be utilized towards the listings that we'll be doing in advance. We will reduce our taxes to 2% buy and 2% sell. That will be once we're listed on various top tier exchanges, which we do have the connections for, because at that point, the volume that'll be driven into our project will be coming through various different exchanges. So a 15/15 tax on our project really makes no sense. And also at that time, our fast will be well in the 6 figures. So
the fast wallet at that point will be pulling in close to, at 100,000 will be like 20,000 in profits weekly, and a lot of that we'll use for marketing. So the 2% tax it helps people have more incentive to buy, sell. They can do so freely, and it'll be better for our fast wallet. We'll be able to use all of our marketing funds through there.
Good deal. Good deal. Number 3, how do I know, what's the transparency on how I get paid? I'm invested in your hedge fund. How do I know how much money I'm allocated towards? Like, is there, you said you do weekly updates. Is that it? Or like, give me some, like, how do I know, like, if I'm giving you money, how much do I know was owed back to me, and why?
So
and
pretty
the justification
much
for that?
the way our project is set up is, rather than doing rewards or reflections, we do the buybacks, right? So you can as the chart grows through let's say the buybacks, your wallet automatically will grow because you hold the project, right? So let's say if the current market cap of the project is 700,000, let's say 2 weeks from now we're sitting around 2 million. You holding the project automatically will increase your wallet. And so for doing it through buybacks, it'll inevitably grow your wallet as well. So every holder, you're essentially getting rewarded by just holding the project through the buybacks.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it. So it's the value of the
but
token
then we also
that's
have
coming.
staking too. Long story short, instead of rewards, reflections, staking is for individual people that prefer a reflection type of concept. So we do have staking. Over 18% of our entire supply is actually staked, which is a lot for a project that's not even a staking project.
Good deal. Good deal. Number 4 and last one. What's the biggest, most exciting thing that's coming up for Genyen here? What's the next like big exciting thing that's a fire in your belly that you just want to tell everyone about? Anything that we didn't cover today? Something like that.
We have over 200 BNB worth of buybacks. If we want, we could send the chart to 2 million or whatever, if mathematically wise. But besides just the buybacks and the amount of cash on hand we have, there are projects that have reached out to us, not us reaching out to them, and they are sitting well around 30 million, 15 million. They're very well known. I'm pretty sure most of you have heard of them. I don't want to name anything until obviously everything is officialized or confirmed. But essentially they want to start up some form of partnership with Genyen where they're making passive income because they understand the entire idea of Genyen and how we're trading. Because like I said, we're not a concept. When our numbers are statistically proving, we know how to trade, right? We know how to grow our fund. So these projects are kind of reaching out to us and they're like, if we don't want to kind of fall into a situation where we just kind of run out of ideas on how to grow the chart. So with them being multi-millionaire $1 million projects, their funds are massive. So pretty much the way our partnerships work is, they'll invest whatever portion, chunk amount of money they want into our fast wallet, and they obviously own a percentage of that investment. And over time, as we grow it, through whatever conditions that we meet, they obviously own a percentage of the investment as that continues to grow. So they're making passive income, and that passive income can be utilized towards their own project. So essentially, it's a win-win for everyone because our fast wallet grows through their investment, and then they also have found a way to make passive income without even doing anything because we're the ones that are growing their investment.
Got it. Got it. So basically, I heard 4 things. 1 is a partnership. 2 is the investment from those partnerships that could grow the fast wallet. 3 is the cash on hand that you're sitting on right now. And 4, buybacks haven't even started, but they will be starting sometime in the future. Good deal. Guys, if you guys are interested in Genyen, check out the links down below and the links in the description, and check out their website and all these things. Get involved, get into the community if it's something that's interesting to you. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today on this AMA. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking by to the end, and we'll see you in the next video. See you guys.